What's up YouTube? It is Metro Game 75 here today we're playing Sakura Succubus Cosmos Christmas. And yes, this game is not on Steam. This one is on Patreon only, so it's like a Patreon exclusive game. But anyways, let's get started. This is just only an exclusive game you cannot even get on Steam. But anyways, jeez, what a day. I sigh exhausted as I lean against the side of the juddering train. I've only just finished work with only work and not a moment too soon. If I had to spend even longer in the office, I think I would have gone insane. I was this close to picking up a stapler and braiding my boss with it. My workday steadily lasted from 9 to 5, about that's only in theory. In practice, I often end up working overtime until 1900 or 20, or even later. Today I got off work at 20:30, and since it's winter, it was already pitch black by the time I stepped out of the office. The view outside the train's window is similarly dreary, and it's so dark it's so hard to pick out the individuals' buildings as they pass me by, except as silhouettes. I yawn and I press a hand to my mouth. I'm so tired it's hard to keep myself upright. The steady rocking of the train, meanwhile, feels like a bit like I'm being cradled. My eyelids are starting to drop. But then the train rounds a bend and the back of my head hits the wall with a dull smack. Well, that woke me up if nothing else. Really, though this sucks. I've been working my ass off for the last week and I've not received any compensation for it. My boss has been taking it for granted that I'll put in extra hours on the account of it being nearly Christmas. Apparently, breaking news stories always happen around this time of the year. You'd think my boss would be more inclined to give me some time off given the season, but that would be wishful thinking. My boss has always been a huge hard ass. I know some lucky workers actually get to take time off when the holiday season rolls around, but not me. It's the 24th of December of today, Christmas Eve, and I was still stuck at the office for most of it. There will be no going out on romantic dates for me. I just have to work instead. Yippee! I do get the 25th off at least, but I need to at the office again right after that, and I don't want to think about the mountain of work. That'll be waiting for me after my vaunted one-day break. I'm no stranger to working through the holiday season. I've been at this company for years, and I've been used to my boss's ways. But heavy workload starts to sting, especially given the time of the year. Christmas Eve is at a time traditionally that couples spend together, but as of early this year, I didn't have anybody like that. For years, my love life was nothing more than a series of short-lived, unfulfilling flings. I didn't really have the time to pursue a proper relationship nor the energy, so I didn't bother. I started to think for a while that I'd never be able to find Miss Right. Until earlier this year, that is when my boss sent to a concert held by popular idol IU to take some photos for our newspaper. During that concert, I had a run-in with the famous IU, and later that same night I met famous businesswoman Wakatsuki Marina in a smoky, jazzy bar. Marina started flirting with me to my immense surprise, and I later learned that both she and IU were succubus demons from another realm with magical powers whose stamina is sustained by the attention of humans. Apparently, according to Marina, my scent is like catnip succubi. They just can't keep away from me. Time passed, and my succubus harem began to expand. Now I have 6 attractive women all vying for my attention, including Lady Yui, the queen of the succubi. I'd hoped, given my newfound popularity, that I might be able to spend Christmas Eve with at least one of my succubus armors, but my boss had other ideas. He had me working instead. It's a pretty sucky situation, to be honest. Though even if my boss had given me time off, I don't think I would have been able to use it. IU, like I said, is a famous idol, one of the most popular in Japan, and Marina is a businesswoman. Cosmos meanwhile is a social media star, Hifumi is an actress, Hazel's a pro tennis player, and Yui is an actual queen. I inquired about their plans over the holiday season, but they all told me they were too busy to meet up with me. It's a bit of a bummer, but maybe it's better this way. I would have liked to spend Christmas Eve with a +1, but they were all otherwise engaged. It looks from the sound of it like they'll be busy during Christmas too. I'm not selfish enough to ask Maria to duck out of an important business meeting or either to pull out of her numerous appearances on live TV just so they can spend the time with me. I don't like it, but I'll have to lump it. I spent last year alone too during the holiday season. It shouldn't be so hard to endure this year either. I'm sure I'll be fine on my own. I'll be fine no matter what happens, but I really am tired. I love to lie on Fumi's lap right now. That sounds like it'd be pretty soothing. Definitely everyone's dreams. But if Fumi of course isn't there, none of my succubus companions are. I'm all alone. I'm not in a very good mood when I finally do get off the train, or when I slink through the streets on my way back home. I'm feeling kind of glum, in fact, if I'm being perfectly honest. It seems like a bit of a waste, really, that I know 6 attractive women, all of whom have feelings for me, but I can't spend time with any of them. They're all way too busy. Some Christmas Eve, this is... I mumbled this to myself in a quiet, self-depreciating sort of way as I come to a halt outside of my apartment. I fumble in my pocket for my keys, a few moments with awkward fingers that feels frigid from the wintry wind before extricating them. So I stick my key into the lock, then turn it. The lock clicks and the door swings inwards, admitting me entrance. I expect the interior of my home to be dark and drab, owing to how late it is, but I'm caught off guard. Oh? The lights in my joint living/kitchen area have been turned on, and that's not the strangest thing about my living quarters. Festive garlands have been hung up on the walls, and there in one corner is, no way, an actual Christmas tree decorated with tinsel and baubles, flickering lights. I didn't put this tree up myself, and I don't have any Christmas decorations. Somebody else must have done this for me while I was away, but who? I don't get it. I'm feeling pretty bemused when, oh, Hiroki, welcome home. The door to my bedroom opens with a thud, then she descends on me, all bright smiles. Would you like a bath first, or dinner, or would you like to kiss me under the mistletoe? A girl standing in front of me, her short ombre hair brushing her face. Atop of her head, she wears a pair of cat ears, and her hands are curled charmingly into balls at her front. Of course I recognize her. She's a member of my succubus harem, endearingly affectionate, but a little airheaded by the same token. Cosmos? That's right, it's good to see you again, Hiroki. I really miss you. I miss you too, but I stare at Cosmos with my mouth hanging open in surprise. She broke into my house a few times before using her succubus magic, but I didn't expect to see her here. Didn't she tell me when I spoke to her a few days ago that she was too busy on Christmas Eve to meet up with me? I remember that, since I was a little upset about it, though I try not to show it. Though asking her out for a change would be a nice change of pace, which is why it was all the more surprising when she turned me down. I didn't think she'd go back on her word, or that she'd be wearing an outfit quite like this either. Cosmos often wears Austinian's outfits. It's kind of her thing as a social media star, but this one is seasonally appropriate. She's in a cute Santa outfit complete with a short skirt and a Santa hat. That skirt is so short, in fact, it might be more sexy than cute. She looks very good, but what's going on? I thought you were busy. I did say that, yeah. But since when have I ever been too busy to spend time with you? You're smart, Hiroki. Smarter than me at least, so I figured you'd call my bluff in a second. I'm surprised that you actually bought that, though I guess it made my plans easier to pull off. Like, were you just trying to lie at the beginning, or were you just trying to, like, did you want to give me a pleasant surprise then? Yes, that's right. I thought you would appreciate it. My knowledge about human customs is still a bit spotty, but I know that Christmas Eve is an important holiday for couples. I wasn't able to pass up a chance to celebrate with you. I could have been hit by a truck and I still would have come on over. I get mad scientists to bring me back to life as a zombie Cosmos, and I dash aura, maybe crawl to your side and I nibble your brain. It would be very romantic. Okay, no. I could do without the brain nibbling, really, but I'm glad you didn't get hit by a truck. Truck couldn't would have struck him and strike her again at this point. Me too. It would have been thrown my plans out of whack. I wouldn't want to get this cute outfit dirty. It's a rental, and the costume place would probably charge more for it. And of course, I wouldn't want to damage this bad boy either. Cosmo dashes over to my fridge, then bends over. Her skirt is so really short she reveals a rather lot of her thighs during this motion, but she doesn't seem to mind. I don't mind much either, really. Her thighs are very nice, even if they're not quite as toned as Hazel's. Her skin is soft and pale and a little creamy. Ta-da! I'm not afforded much to examine Cosmo's rear, however, but because she straightens up, maybe she holds something out to me then says, "Take a look at this. What do you think, Hiroki?" "Oh? Christmas cake?" Cosmo's holding up a ceramic plate on top of which is a fancy-looking cake. The cake seems to be a sponge confection made with several soft brownish yellow layers between which copious amounts of cream are sandwiched. The top of the cake is similarly covered in peaks of white fluffy cream, which looks a little like snow, and there are rings of red jewel-like strawberries planted on top of it. The cake looks pretty good. It looks like the work of a seasoned professional. Something picked up from a bakery, but I'm still curious about its exact origins. Did you make that yourself, Cosmos? Sorry to disappoint, but I didn't. I'm not very good at baking. I did try to make a cake for you, Hiroki. I tried a few times actually, but it didn't work out. I burnt the first cake, so it was all black and charred, and the second didn't rise at all. I would have felt guilty making you eat my terrible efforts. They probably would have made you sick. I'm not good at householding things, not like Kifumen. I'm trying, but oh well. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually. I'm going to keep practicing. But at the very least, I didn't blow up your oven when I tried to work on my failed attempt, so that's progress. That's the spirit. It's good to be optimistic, but have you blown up ovens before? Not ovens exactly. Phew, that's a relief. But I have set a fire to saucepans before. Once I blew up a tin of spaghetti hoops in my microwave. I didn't realize I was meant to take the hoops out of the tin first. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Jeez, that sounds like a fire hazard just waiting to happen. I'm not the best at cooking myself, but I'm decent at it. I can manage some simple dishes, miso soup, egg omelets, braised salmon, and the like. My cooking skills aren't anywhere near as good as Ifumi's, but it sounds like they're better than Cosmos. I did have to scrape my cakes into the trash though. I bought a proper cake for us a couple of hours ago from a bakery by the station. What do you think of it? It cost a little, but I think it was well worth it. It looks nice, yeah. Did you pick it up because it's Christmas Eve? That's right. I wanted to get you a cake so we could celebrate together. You would have been working really hard, so I think you deserve it. It would have been more special, of course, if I'd actually been able to make the cake on my own. If Ifumi was here, she'd probably have cooked you a whole 5-course meal, but I'm trying in my own way. Do you want to try some of the cake? Naturally, I can't wait to dig in, but Cosmos? Yes, what is it? Cosmos blinks at me, her expression's expectant. What kernel of advice should I give her? Tell her not to worry so much. Tell her she doesn't need to bother trying to cook for you. I know she tried to cook, but that didn't work out, I guess. Yeah. Please don't compare yourself to others. You might not be as good at cooking as Hifumi, but you have plenty of charms on your own. I can see how sincere you're being about making me happy, and it's appreciated. You always put me first. You make me feel very loved. I smile. You look very cute in that outfit, by the way. Ah, jeez. If you keep saying things like that, I won't be able to stop blushing. What are you, an erosion protagonist? My affectionate points can only go so high. How high are your affectionate points right now? They're maxed out, obviously. You get exclusive access to all my special scenes. But we're getting carried away. This cake is for eating, not staring at. Good point. I'll get the tableware. This is not bad. This game. I retrieve a couple of plates from the cupboard, then set them down on the kitchen table. Cosmos joins me while smiling and cuts 2 generous slices of shortcake for the both of us. She levers the slices onto the plates, then passes them all one to me. Here you are, Hiroki. I hope you like it. The cake is made of sponge, so it should be light and refreshing. I think it will be yummy. And this little plaque. Cosmo gestures to the plaque on the front of the cake, which has Merry Christmas typed on it. It's made of white chocolate. We can share that too if you want. Sure thing. You really do think of everything, don't you? Thank you. Ayu always says that I don't think at all. Well, she would say that. Ayu isn't very nice to anybody, least of all Cosmos. But I did put a lot of effort to arrange things this evening. I can tell you really have been a busy bee. Now, let me try a bit of this cake. I pick up my fork and then dig its silvery tines into the slice of the cake. Since the cake is a light, airy sponge, it cleaves easily to the slightest of pressure. I'm able to break a piece off without any difficulty, which I then bring to my mouth. I part my lips, then rest a piece of the cake on my tongue. I sigh the moment I slot the cake into my mouth. It really does taste good. The sponge is sweet, but it isn't overly so. It's quite mild, actually, which serves to set off just how saturating the cream is. There are small pieces of strawberry whisked into the cream, too, which gives the whole of confection a certain degree of tartness. While the texture is almost uniformly soft, these pieces of diced strawberry add some more dimensions to it at all. It's so good I can't get enough. It looks like Cosmos also enjoyed the cake because she's beaming. This cake is so good, it's to die for. I was right to pick this one up. Good job, me. Good job, you indeed. You have a great taste. Well, obviously I have the best taste. If I didn't, I wouldn't be dating you. You're the most incredible boyfriend a girl could ever ask for, Hiroki. Although what? I think you might have been enjoying that cake a bit too thoroughly. It looks like you have some cream on your lip. Let me get it for you. Cosmos goes in front of that in that soft, breathing way of hers, then leans in. I have a vague idea of what it is she means to do, even before she does it, but... Oh, that doesn't stop my face from turning red at the sudden close contact. Rather than wiping a bit of spilled cream away with a napkin, like most people would, or her fingers, Cosmos instead opts for a more direct, shall we say, cleaning up my face. She brings her face towards mine until there are scant inches separating us. And then as she licks the cream off my cheek with her tongue. Now this is quite intimidating. The touch of Cosmos' tongue against my skin is strangely appealing, and it makes me flush. The low cut of Cosmos' silly Santa outfit, meanwhile, exposes rather a lot. She does lean forward and her arms pressed together, so her cleavage seems to spill out of her attire. She smells good too, like strawberries. I guess that's on account of shampoo she uses, though the Christmas cake she consumes might also count towards that. Cosmos' breath, when I feel it against my skin, it smells fragrant. Her hair, meanwhile, brushes tantalizing against my cheek. She must have gotten all the cream off of me by this point. I can't imagine I made that much of a mess, but Cosmos doesn't draw away. She presses several kisses now against my cheek, sighing as she does so. Ah, yes. I knew I made a good choice when I pick out this cake. It really is yummy. Though it tastes even better when I get to lick it off of you. Wow, color me surprised. I wouldn't thought that the natural oils of my skin would have been enhanced the flavor of the strawberry shortcake Cosmos purchased, but maybe I was wrong. I guess that shows how much I know about cuisine. Spending the time with you like this is so much fun, Hiroki. I want to commemorate this moment for all eternity. Cosmos retrieves her phone from her pocket, then holds it aloft. She presses her body even more firmly against mine, her soft chest squishing my arm, and says, "Say cheese." Though maybe because of the occasion, you should say cheesecake instead. Cosmos takes a few photos of us together before she sinks back into her chair, seemingly satisfied. Ah, she scans through the photos then giggles to herself. You look so cute, Hiroki. Your face is so red, just like a strawberry. Well, what were you expecting? You were getting very close to me. Of course, I'd be embarrassed. You're so pure, Hiroki. You're like a shy, blushing maiden. I don't know if I'm all that pure, really. I think you're just a bit brazen. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but Kazu looked back at the photo she's taking, her half-eaten cake, now all but forgotten. You really do look cute in these photos, Hiroki. I wish I could upload these photos onto my Rapid Pound account so I can show everybody just how darling my boyfriend is. I'm sure they'd all be so jealous of me, maybe not you. Kazu's this famous social media star, and she has a lot of followers, most of who pay attention to her because of her looks. If they knew she had a boyfriend, they'd be disappointed. In fact, I think some of them would be downright pissed. I don't want Kazu to risk jeopardizing her fan base for me. I don't think it'd be a worthwhile trade-off, no matter how much she wants to share the photos of me with the rest of the world. It's flattering that she's so proud of me. I don't really see why when I'm such an average guy, but you might want to hold off on uploading those pictures. I think they turn out pretty nice myself, but you know that lead to a lot of unnecessary drama. Yeah, I know. It is a bit sad that I can't show the whole world how much I love you, but I understand your concerns. But I don't want to upset my fans. I don't want them getting angry at you either. I would never ever want to get you into trouble. That's a sweet sentiment, I guess, but I'm not so sure about that. Despite these claims, Kazu did rub herself against me on the train, in broad daylight I might add, during our very first meeting. Now that was pretty wild. She made for quite the incredible first impression. It was very striking, not to mention sticky. Walking to work after that was a bit of a struggle. Consider myself very fortunate even now, all these months later, that nobody on the train caught on to what we were doing. If they'd been made aware of just how up close and personal we were getting, I think we would have had the police called on us. I wouldn't share these photos with my fans, but I might share them with Ayu. Why would you send them to Ayu of all people? Why wouldn't I send them to Ayu? She's my BFF. I had a few doubts about that. Kazu might determine to be Ayu's best friend, but Ayu's so prickly I'm not sure if she has any friends at all. Ayu's pretty standoffish, even if she can be passionate when she wants. She's even into Tsundere as well. It's that passion I'm afraid of, though. I don't want to be on the receiving end of her temper tantrums. Maybe sending these photos to Ayu wouldn't be the best of ideas. Why not? Wouldn't it distract her? She has to perform on some TV show tonight, if I'm remembering correctly. She might want to just concentrate. Oh, you. My smiling Kazu nudged me in the side with her elbow. You're so considerate, Hiroki, but don't worry. Ayu's only going to perform one song, and I think she'll have quite a lot of free time sitting in her dressing room. She's told me before, actually, that working on shows like this is really boring. I think she'd be glad of the company, and I'm sure she'll be interested to know what I've been getting up to. Did you know that she said that she thought I really have a boring Christmas Eve because I don't have anything to keep me occupied? Did she? Yeah, she said that. She said she thought I'd be really bored because all I really do is take photos of myself. She said, Kazu clears her throat and then does her best Ayu impression, notching her voice up in a pitch until it sounds almost shrill. It must be so hard for you, Cosmos, being the ugly duckling among us Succubus sisters while the rest of us are all occupied. You have no demands on your time whatsoever. It's unfortunate. It's fortunate, of course, if you want to relax, but there's only so much relaxing you can do before you get bored. Imagine you'd just be rather jealous of us. If I wasn't so busy myself, I would feel sorry for you, you poor thing. Being unwanted is hard in general, but being unwanted over Christmas must be even more painful. Oh wow, did I really say all that? She did, yeah. I have good memories, so I remember these things. She sounded very concerned about me. She really is a good big sister. Well, I wonder about that. Cosmo didn't ask for my opinion, but if she But if what she related is all accurate, Ayu sounds less concerned than she does smuggling self-satisfied. I think Ayu was trying to nettle Cosmos on purpose to upset her, but Cosmos is so airheaded it seems like she didn't realize Ayu's intent. Should I tell her Ayu was trying to upset her? Just keep it quiet for now. I can tell Cosmos that, but I don't think I'd stand a gain to anything by doing that. Ignorance, as they say, is a bliss. I think I was worried I'd be all alone, so I'd like to prove her wrong. If she knows that we're together, then she won't have to fuss about me. I have a few doubts about that, but I don't have a chance to tell Cosmos this. She's already tapped on her phone anyway, like a cat-like smile playing about her lips. Cosmos texts for a few seconds, then hits the send button. And done. I sent our photos to Ayu, and I gave her an update about how the night is going. Now we just need to wait and see what she says. I'm sure she'll be happy for us. Ayu really is nice. I think that's quite a charitable reading of her personality. Personally, I mumbled to myself while watching Cosmo's phone. A few seconds of silence pass, and then... Oh, it looks like Cosmos is receiving a call, and it doesn't take much in the way of brain power to figure out who it might be from. Cosmos picks up her phone and answers it. She brings it to her ear, a cheery hello, this is Cosmos on her lips, but... Damn. Hey, what's the big idea, huh? Sending me those photos? Are you trying to make me barf? Why do you think I want to see you being all lovey-dovey with Hiroki anyway? It's not like I care. Cosmos being great is interrupted by a screech so loud I can hear it though I'm not holding the phone myself. And man, Ayu sure is noisy. I hope Ayu has deafened her. Hey there, Ayu. Cosmos fortunately doesn't seem particularly perturbed by this greeting. Maybe she's like me, was expecting it. She has known Ayu longer than I have. I'm glad that you sound so energetic. I thought you might be a bit anxious because you had to appear on that TV thingy. Did my message cheer you up? Did they cheer me up? Ayu parrots Cosmos' question in a high-pitched, disbelieving way. Her voice so loud I can still hear her. What do you think, you numbskull? Why would see you screwing around with Hiroki make me happy? I'm stressed out over my upcoming performance. This is a huge deal. You know, the show I'm going to appear on gets millions of viewers. I can't afford to make any mistakes. I've been rehearsing my song all day, so please forgive me if I'm not in the best of moods. I've been working my cute pastel pink butt off, trying to perfect my routine, so the last thing I need is you distracting me. You're so thoughtless, Cosmo. You're such an idiot. Thanks, Ayu. I like you too. And did I say anything about liking you, huh? No, but I can tell you do. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't have bothered to calling me. You're really transparent. Oh, shut up. Is Hiroki still with you? He is. It's Christmas Eve, so I thought it would be nice if we spent some time together. That's what couples do after all. You always get really romantic events on Christmas Eve, and daring Sims just the other day. Spare me. I don't care about the stupid video games you play. Can you put Hiroki on the line? I have a few things I want to say to him. Oh, sure thing. Hey, Hiroki. Cosmos hands her phone over to me. Ayu wants to talk to you. It's not gonna be good, bro. I got as much. Yeah, thanks. I take the phone from Cosmos and warily I press it against my ear. The cute, aware that Ayu might at any given moment choose to verbally cascade me, just like she did Cosmos. Cosmos' ear might be stronger than an ordinary person's, and impervious to any loud noises, given she's a succubus, but I am just your average guy, weak in both flesh and in spirit. I don't want to be deafened while I'm still in my prime. That sounds like grim and fate indeed. Hey Ayu, is there something wrong? Ayu harumps. I think that you should be obvious. It was, yeah. But I figured I'd ask, just to be polite. Let me tell you one thing, mister. I don't care if you want to be all buddy-buddy with Cosmos during Christmas Eve. It's like, it doesn't matter to me. Not at all. I'm not jealous, not one bit. I never said you were Cosmos. Cosmos was the one who, yeah, Cosmos was the might have sent those photos to me, but it's not like I care about them. I mean, why would I? It's not like I was hoping to spend Christmas Eve with you. Fucking Tsundere. This is an average Tsundere, bro. What the hell? I know she has all the free time in the world because she's a loser who doesn't have a proper job, but some of us have like actual work to do. I've been rehearsing so I can perform on this show for the last fortnight. A lot of money has been sunk into this production, and a lot of people are relying on me. I can call it off at any last minute so I can eat cake with you like I wanted to anyway, because I don't. Don't start thinking Cosmos is top tier wife or son just because she has enough free time to mess around. She's just a stupid, smelly neat who doesn't actually contribute to society. I don't get what you see in her anyway. I would show you a far better time if you were on a date with me. I thought you just said you didn't want to go out with me though. Huh? Well, all you pauses. I can't see her, but I can imagine she's probably blushing. I don't want to go on a date with you, but it would have been nice to have a bit of a break. I've been working really hard lately, and I've been getting kind of tired. But whatever. Ayu sighs. There's no point in complaining about it. I'm like not that immature. My fans are all waiting for me. I can't let them down. I'm going to give it my all out there, and I won't be thinking about you. Ayu pauses and says in a surprisingly gentle voice, at least not that much. I'm sure you won't. Do your best on your TV show. I'll be rooting for you, and I'm sure Cosmos will too. I know you'll knock it out of the park. You always do. Well, of course, that should go without saying. It's not like I need your support or anything. I'll just be fine. I always am. I'll be better than fine, in fact. I have everything under control, but, well, thanks anyway, Hiroki, for your words of encouragement. You're not such a bad guy after all. It was nice hearing from you. I wish I could say the same in return, but Ayu really was giving me an earful back then. She was shouting down the phone at me like a demented witch. It wasn't very pleasant, but I think that's just a form of self-defense for Ayu. She finds it hard being sincere, perhaps because of vulnerability that's in her in it. Maybe she's afraid of leaving herself too exposed. In any case, it sounds like she's calmed down a bit. I'm glad I'm not so bad. I do try. I'll see you later, okay? Yeah, sure, I'll see you. Have fun with Cosmos. But too much fun here. Not too much fun here. Remember, while you're goofing off, some of us are actually working. With that, the call comes to an end. Ayu must have hung up. I hand Cosmos' phone back to her and sigh. Well, that went about as well as expected. I know Ayu means that well. At least I like to think of she does, but protracted conversation with her like that always leaves me with a headache. Would it kill her to temper her volume just a little bit? Was Ayu alright? Yeah, she was in a bit of a bad mood, but I think cheer her up. She didn't seem too angry by the time I finished talking to her. Oh well, that's good then. I knew Ayu would be happy for us. She's very big-hearted, really, even if she acts otherwise. I guess so. Yeah. I return to my slice of cake as does Cosmos together. We both finish up our slices. I collect our dirty plates, setting them down in the sink while Cosmos returns the cake to the fridge to chill. After that, Cosmos directs my attention towards the tree. Now, take a look at this, Hiroki. Don't you think it's cute? I bought the tree myself from the supermarket. It's fake, but I think it's very pretty. I'll have to agree with you on that one. It is pretty spectacular, especially with all these ornaments. Did you buy these two Cosmos? Of course. It wouldn't be a proper Christmas without a tree and without decorations. That's what it said online. At least when I look it up. I've never expected a proper Christmas in the human realm before, so I was excited to try it out. So you humans have a lot of interesting traditions, though it seems like Cosmos is more popular in European countries. Yeah, that's true. It's less of a big deal over here, but the streets still get decked out with lights. Who doesn't like an excuse to have a good party? That's what I was thinking. Hmm. Why don't you take a closer look at the decorations, Hiroki? I picked them up at a specialty store, so they're really unique. I doubt many other people have a tree like this. A lot of people don't put up trees at all. I know my partners never did. No. Cosmo stares at me, aghast. Does that mean you've never celebrated Christmas yourself? Not really. My parents were born to New Year's. We used to visit my grandparents, and then we all go to the shrine together. I was given money too over New Year's, but I don't think I ever got Christmas presents. My parents didn't really abide by it. They're kind of old-fashioned like that. This is new to me. I'm looking forward to seeing how you've decorated the tree. I'm pretty curious about these specialty ornaments of Cosmos, and as it transpires, these are very unique. The decorations aren't what I was expecting. The tinsels is pretty standard. I guess and bauble look normal, but that's only when I view from a distance. At close quarters, I can see that these bubbles are actually printed with images of anime girls to be more precise, with big eyes which are rolled back in their heads like they're experiencing the most exquisite of ecstasies. That or they're eating some really good food. That bubble only show these girls' faces, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going on. Where'd you get these bubbles from exactly? From a store in Nagabahara, of course. Oh, of course. I should have known. Probably from that lit idol group. The lewd idol group. What do you think of my decorative skills? Aren't these baubles adorable? I wonder how I should answer that. I mean, they are very unique though. I've never seen one of these before. Like, these decorations are very unique, Cosmos. I've never seen anything like it before. You've really pulled out all the stops to make this holiday special. Well, of course, I do aim to please. Well, at least she looks happy. That's all that matters. I am curious though. Are these girls from anything in particular? Yeah, they're all characters from visual novel series like I like. The girls over there, Cosmos Gestures, is Azusa, and this is Mamiko, and that's Mari. Azusa is a cheerful airhead, Mamiko is sadistic, and Mari is the serious, straight-laced one. They're all very charming, but I think Mamiko is my favorite. I wouldn't mind being bossed around a bit. I like the series a lot. It's emotionally significant to me. That's why I want to decorate your tree with them. They're all my best girls. I see. Those names sound kind of familiar. Where have I heard of them before? Did Cosmos talk about them when we went on that trip to Ayu's private beach? The art on these bubbles in any case is rather accomplished. I feel a bit strange about having faces like these being displayed on my Christmas tree. Isn't Christmas meant to be a religious holiday in some part of the world? But whatever. Cosmos is the one who brought the tree. She should be allowed to decorate it however she wants. I'm not going to rain on her parade. Well, I'm happy you went to the effort of putting out the tree. Thanks, Cosmos. I give Cosmos a pat on the head, which she responds with a smile. It's no problem, Hiroki, and that isn't all I wanted to show you. I actually brought you a present too. Look at this. Cosmos thrusts a wrapped box towards me, positively vibrating all the while with excitable energy. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure I will, but I'm starting to feel a little guilty. I didn't know how you'd be getting me a present. I feel like I should have got you something in return. Oh, that's alright. Don't you worry about it. Spending time with you is a present enough for me. It makes me really happy. Wow, well, isn't that sweet? My heart's just about to melt here, though I do have a reservation. Well, yeah, it's the same for me, too. Being with you also makes me happy, but you still went out of your way to buy me a cake and to decorate the place, and now you've even bought me a present. And I'm not sure how I can repay you. You don't need to repay me. I didn't do any of this because I want to be reimbursed. So as long as we're both happy, that's all that matters. And picking out this gift for you made me really, really happy. And besides, Cosmo smiles coyly. It didn't actually cost me anything. I have an online merch store and I had some extra stuff I still need to ship. You'd actually be doing me a favor if you took it. Well, when you put it like that, I smiled and accept the box from Cosmo's hand. Thanks, Cosmos, it's appreciated. I thought you might say that. Hifumi is right. You really are a gentleman. I began to unwrap the box Cosmos handed me, curious about its contents. I didn't know that Cosmos had a merch shop, but I'm not surprised she is very popular. I wonder what fancy Cosmos merch she's given me. Does she have calendars? Maybe our acrylic stands and keychain might be cute too. I pulled the lid of the box and then, oh, there's a book in there. One which looks pretty fancy. It's a hardback, and on the cover there's an image of Cosmos wearing a white frothy dress with bears a passing a resemblance to a wedding gown, but it's much skimpier. Is this a photo book? That's right. It's a full photograph of me, handpicked by my fan base. Only the best are in here. I hope you enjoyed it, Hiroki. I'm sure I will. I set the box down and began to flip through the book. As Cosmos said, there really are a lot of photos in here, and they're printed on thick, high-quality paper too. Pages upon pages of seductively smiling Cosmos await me wearing all sorts of outfits, maid, nurse, swimsuit, some cosplays, and most perplexingly of all, are you covered in chocolate on that photo? Yeah, that was a really popular photo shoot. For some reason, my fans really liked it. I guess they must have for it to wind up in this book. Wasn't all that chocolate a pain to scrub off though? It was a bit, yeah. I tried to be really careful too, when I set up my filming area, but I got chocolate all over the floor. It's a good thing it's laminate, so it wasn't too hard to clean. If I'd gotten any chocolate on the carpet floor, my landlords would have killed me. Do you have any strict landlords too, huh? Yeah, he's really stingy. I try to keep things neat and tidy, but it's a bit hard when some of my shoots got so messy. It's not like I'm trying to be a bad tenant though. These things just happen when you have thousands of fans all over the world who want to watch you crack eggs on yourself. Why eggs? I don't know. Don't ask me. Made my fans think I'd use some extra protein? I'm not sure that's it. I can't really see the appeal of sexy woman cracking eggs over herself either, though if I'm being wholly honest, the whole thing seems a bit degenerative. But I guess that's why people like Cosmos in the first place. I think she looks pretty nice in these photos. So, you look like you're enjoying yourself, Hiroki. Do you like my present? I like it a lot. Thanks, Cosmos, for giving it to me. I'll cherish it. It's no problem. I thought it'd be to your taste. I've wanted to share a bit more of my work with you for a while, actually. Whenever I dress up for my photo shoots, I've always wondered what you'll think about my outfits. Actually, I'm a bit curious. Which outfit is in here is your favorite? Oh, now that's a good question. I wonder. Man, there's like 5. Shoot, now with chocolate. Yeah, I want to see chocolate, but I don't know how that's gonna be. Wedding dress. No, bunny girl. Wait, did she wear this before? She kind of. The bunny girl outfit is nice. It's a classic for a reason. I know, right? I like bunny outfits a lot too. I think they're really cute. I love any costume that comes with ears and a tail. It's nice that I've been able to show this to you, although Cosmos licks her lower lip with her tongue. I could show you even more if you want. Could you now? But I smiled at Cosmos and set the book to one side. I'm not sure if I can imagine that. Those photos in your book are pretty scandalous as it is. How much more is there for you to flaunt? Do you want to find out? I must admit, I'm intrigued. Would you mind giving me a sneak peek? Oh, I don't mind giving you a full peek. You can look at me for as long as you want. That photo book was just an appetizer. I don't show this much to my fans, but you're special, Hiroki. You've been a very, very good boy this year, and it's almost Christmas. Christmas already? A little while later, without dalliances concluded, Cosmos and I have a bath. My bathroom is pretty cramped, just like every other room in my cruddy apartment, which is more expensive. I think glumly that it really ought to be, and there isn't much space for the both of us in the tub. That being the case, we're blessed to sit very close together, our bodies well crammed up. It is very comfortable, but I'm not accustomed to it. I spent quite a lot of time this last year getting buddy-buddy with Cosmos in all sorts of states of dress and undress. We might both be jammed into the tub, but her bare skin is very soft at least. The curve of her spine feels very nice against my chest. It's pretty soothing in a way. Once we've finished bathing, I help Cosmos shampoo her hair and she scrubs my back clean in turn. We towel ourselves dry to get ready for bed. Once Cosmos didn't think to bring any of her own clothes with her, I guess she didn't plan to stay the night, so I have to loan her one of my old button-up shirts to pass as makeshift pajamas. Cosmos accepts my shirt without complaining, smiling cheerfully all the while and changes. Well, I guess this is... And now the pair of us are lying in the futon on my bedroom floor. Our bodies turn so we can face one another. I've already turned the lights off and the blinds are drawn, but I can see Cosmos' face in a few slivers of milky moonlight, which spills in through gaps in the blinds. Cosmos' ombre hair spills across the pillow in an enchanting manner, soft as silk. Her amber eyes are half lidded, and a small coy smile is placed about her lips. My shirt is several sizes too large for her. Given Cosmos is quite diminutive, she's one of the shortest members of the Succubus harem, but that only serves to enhance her good looks. I'm glad I was able to spend Christmas Eve with her, and I tell her that too, in a quiet voice so as not to disturb the moment. Thank you, Cosmos, for coming to see me. This is one of the best Christmas Eves I've ever had. I'm happy to hear you say that, but Cosmo blinks at me, her eyelashes dark and smoky. We didn't get to go out. We just stayed indoors and ate cake. Was it really that special? I think it was, yeah. I had a great time. Are you sure you're not just saying that? You're a nice guy, so you always try to spare my feelings, but I worry sometimes. I spend most of my time inside. My life isn't very exciting. Not like Marina's or Ayu's. They travel a lot to all sorts of places and they see and do incredible things. But I'm more of a homebody. I worry I might be a bit boring compared to the likes of them. I don't chair important business meetings and I don't perform on stage in front of thousands of people. I'm pretty normal, really. Says the girl with millions of followers on Rapid Pound. Playfully, I nudge her in the ribs. You're anything but normal, Cosmos. Well, I guess I am a succubus. That's true too. You're more than that to me, though. You're my adorable girlfriend. I lean in, pressing an gentle kiss against Cosmos' forehead. And I love spending time with you. It doesn't matter what we do. You don't have to worry about entertaining me. Your company's more than enough to make me happy. I promise. Hiroki, Cosmos exhales. I can feel her breath against my cheek. It smells minty. Probably because she brushed her teeth about 10 times 10 minutes ago. Her amber eyes are well up with emotion and then, you're so sweet. I really do love you. Thank you for putting up with my antics and thank you for letting me stay over. I'm in your debt. It's really no problem. I'm glad you came to see me. I had a really good time. And you know what? What? I think I'm one of the luckiest guys in all of Japan. Really? Well, maybe not all of Japan. I thought you were being a bit dramatic. I might be one of the luckiest guys in the whole world. No way, you're definitely going too far. I don't think I'm going far enough. You've done a lot for me, Cosmos, whatever you realize it or not, and I think I'm really blessed to be your boyfriend. I mean, it's not every guy out there who can say he's dating the Cosmos already of Rapid Pound fame, is it? I guess not, no. I get a lot of guys sliding into my DMs asking me if I'll be their girlfriend, but you're the only boyfriend I want, Hiroki. Nobody else can come close. You say that you're lucky, but I think I'm the really lucky one. Nobody makes me as happy as you do. Then maybe we're both lucky. Then I dip my head again to press the toothpaste flavor kiss against Cosmo's lips. Our kiss is a brief one, and it doesn't linger. I'm too tired to ramp things up a notch, but it's full of affection all the time, so much so it's undeniable. I really do like Cosmos. I think as I draw away from her, she worked hard to make Christmas Eve a special experience for me, and I'm glad for it. We might not have done much exciting, but I don't care. I had plenty of fun simply by being with her. It's with this thought in my mind that with my eyelids at long last beginning to droop, and in a slow, anticlimactic sort of way, I fall fast asleep. It's morning time. Next day. I wake up with a yawn, my foot's on my bedroom alone. Barely eyelided, I sit up and glance around my room. It looks much the same as it always does. The lights that's filtering in through my blinds is fairly weak, and it does little to probably illuminate my bedroom. It's a big, gloomy, overcast day, actually, and it's pretty chilly to boost. I shiver then when wind my arms around myself. Then offers me a bit relief, at least, from the frigid temperature, but there's only so much satisfaction can be gleaned from embracing myself. It's a bit lonely. Why am I all alone anyway? I have distinct memories of Cosmos greeting me last night after I got home from work. We ate Christmas cake together, which she bought from a bakery by the station, and then she gave me a present. Then after that, well, did all sorts of things throughout the night until exhausted, we both fell asleep. I figured I would be awake to see Cosmos still lying beside me wearing one of my hand-me-down shirts, but apparently not. She's disappeared. Did she go back home already? Thoughts a bit depressing. It would have been nice to spend Christmas with her, but maybe she has her other plans. Perhaps I count myself lucky that she came over for Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is in Japan, more important than Christmas itself, especially for couples. It's kind of on par with Valentine's Day, only there's less chocolate involved. I already had a nice Christmas Eve. I shouldn't expect anything else. That's what I try to tell myself in any case, but it's still disappointing. Cosmo was so clingy. I was sure she wants to spend more time together. This is all a bit strange, but well, there's nothing to be gained from sitting here moping. What time is it anyway? I glance at my clock and groan. It's 11:14 already, and I slept in really late. I must have been tired. I guess both from being so slammed at work and for slamming Cosmos later. That'll explain why Cosmos herself isn't here then. She must have gotten bored of waiting for me to haul my lazy behind out of bed. Good going me. I sure I know how to make them stay. I get my feet feeling disoriented, then head over to the bathroom. I need to have a shower. I feel all groggy. My brush, my teeth, at the very least. What the? Oh, look at this. Hey Haruki, it's good to see you're finally awake. Merry Christmas. Same from me. I hope you have a good one. I don't have much time to stay here at last. I have a business meeting I need to be in in a scant handful of hours. But before then, I do not mind celebrating with you. I hope you have a pleasant holiday season, darling. As I do, I wish you nothing but the best, dear. My husband-to-be, and I really am sorry. I have been unable to spend more time with you as of late. As your future wife, it is more distressing. You think you have a right to talk about distressing me, Fumin? Look at this stupid outfit Cosmos made me wear. I look like an idiot. So that is no different from usual then. Oh, shut up. You wash up old hag. What was that? Oh, shit. Now, you two, let's not fight. We're all friends here. That's right. You're my BFF, are you? Which It's why I saved that outfit for you. I think it's the cutest. Her being a reindeer makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I think you just wanted to make me look so stupid. You know, but whatever. It's not like I care or anything. But no matter what I wear, I'm still the cutest girl by here, a long shot. None of you can hope to compare to me, especially not you, Marina. I'm Japan's #1 idol for a reason. Why you? Oh, are these two gonna fight? My money is on Marina winning. Mine too. Everybody, please let us calm down. I know we're all very excited to see Hiroki again, but we must behave ourselves. We came here to see him, after all, and to celebrate with him, not to bicker. Well, I suppose you raise a good point. Ahem. Once again, it is very good to see you, darling. Though our time together will be but a brief one, I hope it will be mutually beneficial. Beneficial, huh? I like the sound of that. You guys, I stand in the doorway of my bedroom, struck dumb by the scene in front of me. The 5 principal members of my succubus harem, namely Cosmos, Ayu, Marina, Fumi, and Hazel, are all gathered in my living room standing by the tree. I have not seen all 5 of them in so long, certainly not together like this. That is quite the shock. My living room is so small, so there isn't much space for them, but they look comfortable enough. They're all dressed up for an occasion too, and the Santa outfits like Cosmos, which don't leave much to the imagination. Though Ayu for some reason is wearing a reindeer onisi, Ayu getup certainly is modest. I can't see much of her beyond her face and her long orange twin tails. It definitely makes her stand out. This is all such a shock that for a few moments I'm unsure of what to say. I simply stand there, my mouth opening and closing like a nutcracker, but no words to come out. Ahem. I clear my throat and say after a pause, I thought you all were busy. How did you make the time to come here? We reshuffled our schedules around a bit, duh. It wasn't easy, so some of us had more obligations than others, but we were able to make it work in the end, with a bit of careful planning. I didn't have all that much of myself today, unfortunately, so coming here wasn't too hard. I did have quite a lot to do today, but when Cosmos told me of her plans, I knew I had no choice but to hasten to your side. I did not want to miss out on the festival festivities, especially not if they would involve you. I care about you rather too much, Hiroki dear, to let this chance pass me by. Same here, my time was already all booked up, but I couldn't let Christmas pass without seeing my favorite plaything. That would have been far too tragic. You said that Cosmos would arrange all of this, Ayu. That's right. Ayu admits, her arms folded, in a matter that can only be called begrudging. She never experienced Christmas in the human realm before, but she did a lot of research about it. She discovered that it was a very significant human holiday in a lot of cultures, and she wanted us to spend it together. I think she's being overly sentimental myself, but whatever. If you've only made some really good food for the occasion, so I guess I can always chow down on that. Coming here wasn't a total loss. Ayu pulls a face. Even if I was coerced into wearing this stupid costume, I think that outfit looks kind of cute on you. Actually, at the very least, it's pretty snug. I'm getting kind of breezy wearing this short skirt. Hazel takes the hem of her aforementioned short skirt between her fingers, then flaps it distractedly. It's like letting too much air in it. My thighs are turning into blocks of ice here. Maybe you wouldn't have that problem if you actually wore underwear, you nitwit. You brought this upon yourself. Well, maybe. No, definitely. But wearing underwear is like so stifling, you know? I don't like myself when I'm all restricted. I've gotta let off my limiters. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't want to know. As far as I'm concerned, you're just an exhibitionist weirdo. I might be an exhibitionist weirdo, but I'm a weirdo who loves Hiroki an awful lot. Thanks for inviting me, Cosmos. You're the real MVP for putting this all together. I do not know what MVP is, but I concur. Thank you, Cosmos, for arranging this. I'm sure our day with Hiroki will be a wonderful one. I too must thank you. I thought you were an unreliable airhead, Cosmos, but you've shown surprisingly intellect in gathering us all here, and at such a short notice too. I think that this is worthy of celebrating. Fortunately, Marina smiles coyly. I happen to bring some wine with me. Would anybody like some? Oh yes. That sounds lovely. I really shouldn't, on account of too much alcohol being bad for you and all. But what the heck? It's Christmas, and you only live once. I don't mind if I do. Wow. They're really going all out. It looks like Succubus Harem is determined to have fun. Not that I can blame them for it. It is Christmas after all. I'm glad that they're so happy. Thank you, Cosmos. I was worried I'd be spending Christmas alone, but you sure proved me wrong. You must have worked really hard convincing everybody, and by everybody, I mostly mean Ayu, to come here. It's appreciated. Well, Cosmos giggles coyly. I was no trouble really. It's not like anybody took a lot of persuading no matter what Ayu says. In fact, she was the most eager about all of this. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. I distinctly remember what you said when I called you up last night. You said, oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea. It's been so long since I saw Hiroki. It's really depressing. I really do miss him. There's nobody quite like him. But please, Cosmo, don't tell him I said that. That's embarrassing. Well, it is embarrassing. A red-faced Ayu sputters, her brows furrowed. Or at least it would be if that's what I actually said, but I didn't, so there. Me thinks the lady Dolph protests a bit too much. Oh, shut up. Putting this together was so hard anyway. Everybody was very enthusiastic, but I didn't expect anything less. We all love you a lot, Hiroki. Now that we're all here, let's make this Christmas to remember. Well, don't you have to worry on that score at least. This is already the most memorable Christmas I've ever had in all my life. I really am lucky. Meanwhile, in the Succubus realm. Oh dear God, look at this. I simply cannot believe their audacity, the impudence, the outrage, the sheer bullying of all of it. How dare they all get together and have a party without me? Have they forgotten that I exist at all? Me, the queen of the Succubus realm? Why I ought to go out there and give them a piece of my mind? But I can't. I have too much raw paperwork to do. Why does being a monarch come with so many responsibilities? It's not fair. I wanted to see my beloved Hiroki too, but alas, I suppose I'll have to wait for later. I can give him my blessings, I suppose. But for the present, him and the rest of that silly simpering a lot, but is there no justice in the world? Why do I always get left out? So much for a Merry Christmas. Because you're down here by yourself taking care of your subjects. That's why. I don't even know why I bothered wearing this stupid hat. I don't feel festive at all. Humbag. Hey, at least we're celebrating Christmas. Christmas with us. Not really with us. Alright, same ending as usual. We probably might get more soon. I wonder what it's going to be. She always gets left out every time. Thank you for playing. No problem. This game is just Patreon exclusive. I have a feeling by the end of this year it might appear for Steam and console gamers as well, because it might appear at the end towards that. Anyways, we have reached the end of this game. It's not really that long. It's not that long, to be honest. Anyways, that is the end of today's video, everyone. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to check out my Discord server in the description, my social media as well, and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.